Hi, everybody. This is Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated's Fan Nation, Las Vegas Raiders insider, part of the Fans First Sports Network. Man, we are excited to talk about a young man that I believe is going to make the Raiders roster, the 53-man roster. And he's a young man that comes with a lot of versatility. McClendon Curtis out of UT Chattanooga is the young man I'm speaking about. Now, listen, this is how the kid operates. He is 6'6", 324 pounds, and I think he may even be a little bigger than that. And the guy whose tutelage that he really prospered under is Coach Kevin Revis. He's the assistant head coach at UTC. He's also the offensive line coach. He joins us now. Coach, thanks for taking some time to talk to folks around the nation about this young man.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm telling you, any chance I get to talk about McClendon, we try to hop at that because great guy, man.
Well, before we get into him, UTC has a really good reputation. I know you played there. I think even your brother played there. But now you're the assistant head coach, offensive line coach. You guys have done a lot there in that program. I mean, it's really a shining star. But I got to ask, because everyone asks me, what's a mock?
So the Mockingbird is the state bird of Tennessee. So yeah, it's not a very menacing mascot, but that's what it is, a Mockingbird.
All right, that's awesome. So, Coach, the Raiders go out and they pick up an interior offensive lineman from you. You tutored him his entire career. You're his guy, you're his coach, you developed him. Would you walk us through his process from what you got when he first arrived to where he is now?
And that's one thing. So I actually just got back to Chattanooga last year. So I had him for 1 year. And the biggest thing I would say about McClendon is he's still such an unfinished product. Just because, I mean, he had 4 offensive line coaches in his career at Chattanooga. So for him, I mean, that level of development kind of gets hindered a little bit. I know out of high school that I was familiar with him. He was a very raw prospect. He was a big old kid, and you can tell he was athletic, but he was missing a lot of things. You could see some of the tools, but it was just very unrefined. But from the time I got him last March, he bought right in, and he understood that he still has a lot of room to improve. And one of the biggest things that we focused on is we wanted to, we had a need at tackle. We were very young up front last year. We had a need at tackle, and he's a prototypical guard, but he was our best guy. So we worked him at tackle some last spring, and to be honest, he was not very good at it. He really struggled with it. Just it's a different way to move your body, different angles, and he worked his butt off all summer on that and did some things in the off season. I mean, he worked with us in the off season. He went to Joe Thomas had a deal, and he worked with them a little bit, and he learned how to play tackle, and he was a really good. I mean, he was the offensive lineman of the year in the conference, playing mostly tackle. I even moved him in games from guard to tackle. So that's just the kind of guy he is. As far as seeing him develop that much in a year, was unbelievable. And it just told me a lot about him because, I mean, that kid's just going to continue to develop, but a very raw skill set. And the reason he's going to keep getting better is he does have that untapped potential, but because of who he is, I mean, he's not a guy that's going to be satisfied.